Last time we saw it here, it looks like he was running King Togwaggle. So if he's still running King Togwaggle, we might just see that kind of a mirror, which I think goes by Pasca's way. So this is the important matchup. If this is still King Togwaggle, this is definitely the important matchup. I see various parts of Togwaggle. And a wildly mediocre starting hand here from Pasca. I'd like to see him. He's going to keep the Sea Giant. I like that keep. Perfect, perfect. Wow, what a great starting hand actually here for Pasca. So he's got Hero Power into Primal Fin Totem, into Hero Power, Merc Spark, and probably the turn after Sea Giant. So I'd like to see Hero Power, Primal Fin? Hero Power this turn, Primal Fin next turn. So that'll be 3 minions, 4. If he wants to coin it out the turn after, that'll be 5. Mr. Master Memer is what Spider's telling me. Alright, Xeno gets that beauty wild growth play. Still not 100% sure what kind of druid he's running here. It could be Malygos, could be King Togwaggle still. A lot of people did give up on the King Togwaggle after the first couple week or two of this expansion. So it wouldn't surprise me. That's a beautiful swipe target, to be honest. You don't want it getting out of hand. He is looking like double draw here, I think. Draw card. Though using an armor is probably not terrible, but with the Ferocious Howl pickup here, yeah, I think we're just seeing the same thing. He's going to save that swipe, let it generate 1 or 2 tokens. Not really worried about the 1 HP. Corpse Taker.
Winter is here.
So we might actually just see a Spellstone into Swipe. Seems really good right about now, actually. It would remove this. Because he has Alakir in hand, though, it doesn't have the Windfury, so it's not the super big threat that it could be. Especially with the pickup of an Oaken Summons. That's actually, there is definitely an argument to running Oaken Summons here, just surviving that through a 3/6 taunt. Yeah, let's heal up, buff our Spellstone a little. You're not worried about any of the actual stats that the Corpse Taker gives here, so that's not too bad. Missing the Hero Power here if he doesn't Hero Power. Ooh, Pasca missing out on a Hero Power. Who was it that predicted Pasca was going to have 3 mistakes? Somebody said Pasca's going to have 10 mistakes. That's interesting. So we'll probably... What do we have here? We could see Swipe. Swipe Hero Power. Swipe Hero Power would clear everything except for the 8/8, which I think is probably what he'd be looking for here. Even if he ends up taking 8 damage, I mean, he'd still be in his high 20s for life. So he's not too worried about that. Other options for Xeno, yeah, so we're going to see probably that play, I think, with the Swipe Hero Power. Yeah. And in the end, we'll just see a Merc Spark Eel come out. Hey, he could have rolled a 1/1 token, or some sort of a heal token. That would have worked. Corpse Taker's okay. But it's not... he needs a Merc Spark Heal to push the 8 damage. It's just... It's a very big must here coming out of Pasca. So we'll probably actually even just see Vicious Scalehide come down as an option as well. Rolls extra power. Super important. Swipe Spellstone does remove everything except for 1 there. Can he... Ferocious Howl. No, he's 1 mana off Ferocious Howl, Swipe Spellstone. You could Ferocious Howl. Yeah, I think we'll just see Ferocious Howl with Spellstone. Oh. That's dirty. You need a hero power down the 8. Oh, he's looking at naturalizing. I don't mind the naturalize, to be honest. We have Spreading Plague as well, picked up by Xeno, which is really big. It basically stops a huge portion of the damage coming out of Pasca. Frogs are picked up. Direwolf Alphas will help deal with that. I mean, but we're only coming into turn 6 here for Pasca, so he's still so far from this amount of damage. He has only removed 1 giant so far, so there's not a whole lot of removal here for Xeno. He does have the Spellstone fully upgraded. He's got the Starfall. He still has a second swipe in here. We'll probably see this Wrath. Wrath swipe hero power seems like an amazing turn here for Xeno. You get to draw a card. You get to remove the 2 biggest threats from the board. Your removal is okay in this situation, but yeah. He really needs to be saving some extra forms of removal for the big stuff that he should know is coming, like Alakir and Lich King. It's unfortunate that we see those things in Pasca's hand, because he's still 2 turns away. He's got 1 more turn, and then he can finally play it. So it goes with the Starfall. Starfall, Wrath. Downside is that this Merc heal will get buffed up by the Flame Tongue Totem. Even if it didn't, top deck of the second Merc heal means it was dead no matter what he did. And I'm actually kind of surprised that he's not playing the Scale Hide. The Scale Hide's like a 2 mana 1/3, right? Like, yeah, you don't need to heal, but it's still a pretty decent body. You don't want to save it for the rush, and especially combo it with the Flame Tongue Totem. I think I'd just like to see draw out of the Nourish. Are you really scared about 6 power? Let's draw for some cards first. You can always swipe away this Flame Tongue Totem if you want.
Let's see.
If you're feeling that much danger, but you have a Spreading Plague in hand, right? I'd like to see Xeno just take some risks here. Draw towards his endgame. Especially if you're playing Togwiggle Druid, you want to be drawing through your deck as quick as possible, and then playing your Spreading Plague when he buffs up his board to have these monstrous things. This Alakir, though, pushing 10 damage next turn would be quite scary. So we'll see what he draws, because I mean he's drawing one way or the other, branching paths, or he's gonna draw last. Second Spreading Plague, Wild Growth for an extra draw next turn. Oh, that's going to be so powerful. Alakir, not as strong this turn, so we'll probably just see Lich King instead. Beautiful secondary backup, right? I mean, if the Flame Tongue Totem was still up, you absolutely play Alakir, just because it provides an extra 4 damage this turn immediate. Frostmourne, ooh, so dirty. Malfurion would provide 2 big, so 2 beetles. Plus he could use the hero power and the spellstone to kill the Lich King. I wonder if Xeno, maybe Xeno's playing, it's quite odd actually to see Innervate. So I wonder if maybe he's playing Mechathune Druid. Plays the sick Heal Zoo, brings Heal Zoo to the round robin invitational playoffs. Then he's like, you know what? Mechathune Druid. That's the one. That's the one that's going to earn me the top prize.
Let's see.
The circle of life is over.
Alright, so we are going to do the removal play that I see. I very much like it. Those go with the Spooters instead. Oh, Frostmourne's going to be so big here. He's going to be able to play Frostmourne, steal some Spooters for like next to no life, which are going to be massively a pain in the ass for Xeno to deal with. That hero power is going to be great, but he can also use Alakir to clear off the other one if you wanted to go with the Alakir win route instead. So this is a lot of damage in hand right now. Because, I mean, this is trading a poisonous spider for sure. But I mean, still, yeah, if you can steal as much as you want here, yeah, go for it. And here's the weirdest part, is that Pasca has not flooded the board at all. He has not gone wider than 4 minions. Rarely wider than 3, to be honest. This is the first time that he's going to be placing anything beyond that first 2 turns there, where he was trying to flood the board a little bit there to get that big 8/8 out, the giant. So this is the first time he's actually going to be spreading out the board. Chooses to keep the Merc Spark Eel out there. It is Mecha'thun! I was correct. So second Naturalize is going to be saved for Mecha'thun. He just needs to remove basically the rest. What do we do here? So we're going to draw. I feel like actually Xeno's been drawing quite slowly. So we'll go 3 of those. And you're probably going to bump it into the Primal Fin Totem. And it wouldn't surprise me if you hero powers down to 2/3, yeah. Just a sneaky little son of a bitch, eh? Yeah, no. This is Token. This is Togwaggle. This is Malygos Druid. But then it's not. Alright, here we go. That's gonna kill 2 of them. That and the Frostmourne to kill the extra one as well. He doesn't have, yeah, that's the extent of what he can do. So we'll actually see Xeno being able to push a little bit more here. That Ironwood Golem's super big. And I'd like to see the Branching Paths come out. You might as well. Hero power value seems pretty good. But I mean, let's double draw with Branching Paths. Maybe even draw an armor. There's the Naturalize. Yeah, let's draw cards. You can always hero power our armor up here. Oh, that's so good. Such a good draw. That's amazing. Should have played Totem on Alakir turn. Can't attack while damage. The Quartz Elemental is like one of the worst ones. Alright, here we go. Ooh, sneaky little Frost Widow. The Scale Hide will help the buff. I mean, you're playing Gen this turn for sure. Yeah. And we'll see the second Spreading Plague come out here, actually. Let's armor up with Ferocious Howl first. I don't really foresee anything else happening. The downside is now he's going to be taking damage from this UI. Oh, UI is such a weird card to have in Mecha'thun Druid. Because now he's got to use it to get the win, right? And so we're at that point in time where if that's like one of the last cards, you get really boned on that. That's a lot of damage. 3, 6, 10, 15 damage. So if you played it when you had no cards left in hand, it'd be 15 damage. Against you. Just in fatigue damage. If you play it when you have no cards in here. With 0 ticks. So it's got to be played like immediately. I guess the upside is you can play the UI and not like as long as you have Mecha'thun and the Innervate and the Naturalize in hand like this, he could play it and just literally not worry about burning cards. Codes Elemental. Not using the hero power, which I don't really agree with. Yeah, so let's get rid of massive amounts of power. This is going to die this turn anyways, so you're not too worried about it. Second, Innervate. There's a Wrath. I absolutely like, yeah, you Innervate out of this Spellstone for sure. Bye-bye, Flame Tongue. Argent Commander, spicy. That's actually really good. This will fill out his board, plus it'll allow him to kill off all 3 of these, plus push 3 damage to the face. How many turns does Xeno need here? Xeno needs, so he can nourish for mana, putting him up to 7, and this is 6, so he can unload and win the next turn. So yeah, we'll nourish. And we're going to see Xeno actually with a spicy little 2-0 playing Mechathune Druid. Like, I mean, it's not over, but it's over. How does Pasca... Can Pasca possibly win? The fact that he didn't play Star Night Chain Gang does not help his cause here. That's, yeah, 7 if he managed to somehow gain armor. And he needed to heal this. Yeah, there is no way that Pasca wins this game. He should know what's up by now. Oh, but he still needs to get this ghoul killed. Actually, that's a problem. So here's how Pasca could win this game. If you realize that this, you hex the ghoul infestor and then never kill it. If you hex it, it has no way to attack and he can't win the game. He just takes fatigue infinitely if you just pass your turn every single turn. That's the only way Pasca can win this game. So that's what, 4, 6, 8, plus 6? I think Pasca's figured it out. Come on, you could do it. He hexes it, never attacks again, just passes the next 2 turns. Forgot the field. I know, right? And the battlefield. No, that was so close, Xeno. I can't believe he pulled it off and it dies with a frog.